There was this boy named Simon who lived in a small town with his mother, father, and his little sister. One day, he had went out to play with his friend Anthony. Later that day, they ended up coming across an abandoned house. The family that used to live there moved out about a year ago, and the house has been vacant since. Anthony decided one of them should go in, so the boys decided to play rock, paper, scissors, and the loser shall be the one to go inside. Anthony ended up losing the game. Although he was afraid to go inside, a deal was a deal. He went through one of the windows that was already open, which he found strange, but he didn't give it too much attention. Half an hour had passed, and no word from Anthony since. He had not come back yet, which caused Simon to worry. He ended up going inside to look for his friend. "Anthony! Anthony!" Simon shouted, with no response. He then walked into this room, which was decorated in pink and white, and there was Anthony, standing there in silence, looking outside of the window. "There you are. You had me worried. Come on, I think it's time we leave. I'm afraid he can't go with you." Simon jumps back in surprise because of the voice he had just heard. It was a small dog looking at Simon with an intense look on his face. "You don't belong here. Leave," the dog says. "I can't leave without Anthony," Simon replies. "Anthony, come on, we need to go." Simon walked up to Anthony and grabbed him by his hand. The house began to shake, which caused Simon to fall down. "You need to leave right now. She's coming," says the dog. Anthony kept looking outside of the window with no response to his friend. Realizing that Anthony would not leave with him, Simon decides to leave, promising him that he shall return with help. He follows the dog, which leads him outside. When Simon finally got out, he turned around and saw Anthony with a smile on his face, waving goodbye as he closed the door. He later returned with Anthony's parents and the police, but the house was empty and Anthony was nowhere to be found. That was the last day Simon ever saw his friend, and until this day, he kept on wondering what really happened to Anthony when he went inside that house. Why couldn't he return with him? Who was the girl who was keeping him there? And why is it that dog told him that he was the only one who did not belong there?